It's just taken me, I think, about 6 attempts to start the video. I couldn't remember how I start videos, so hi, hello, hope you're alright. Let's just talk about autism and stimming, because very overdue video, actually. I've made like 2 or 3 videos on stimming in the past and never made them because I could never get it right, because I felt it was too big a topic. Stimming is self-regulating behaviour. Is that actually what it stands for? Something along the lines of that. I know it doesn't directly go to stimming, but that's the best way to explain what it is. It's tends to be repetitive motions to help regulate the brain in terms of sensory regulation, but also overwhelmingness regulation. Is that, we'll go with it. And these can manifest in, so I'm really liking that word manifest at the moment. These can be seen in many different ways. We'll go with that. Throughout my entire life, bear in mind we didn't know I was autistic until I was 18, I always used to do this one thing, and I don't know where, I'll do it on camera and then see what it looks like looking back, because it was quite a weird thing, but I always used to do it and people always used to be like, Connor, what on earth are you doing? So it was this. Yeah, I put it on camera. Yeah, honest, aren't I? I'd find myself doing this repetitive motion, and people were saying it was a twitch, but it wasn't. It wasn't. You know, it wasn't. There was kind of something behind it that I really got satisfaction from, because I could stop it. Something else that would always happen would be in my shoes. I would wriggle my toes constantly. Like, I obviously can't show you like this. I think the most obvious one that people are very much accustomed to is this one. This one here, the rocking. That one happens a fair bit. And the other thing, whenever I am watching TV or something like that and I'm purely focusing on TV, my foot will just flap like that and just keep going and keep going. So by trying to regulate sensory input, that basically means that there's either not enough going on or too much going on, so you're just trying to do something, one sensory input to focus on. So the senses that's pleasing, well, the shaking is normally proprioception, so knowing whereabouts your body is and that, just so you've got a sense of where you are. There are 8 senses. We'll go into that another time. Stimming isn't exclusive to people on the spectrum. Many people can do it. You don't have to be autistic. Like, it's pretty common to also be a thing for people with anxiety. It's just, I can't, right, don't quote me on this because I can't remember if it's right, but I think it's something like 95% of autistic people stim in some kind of way. It's not entirely conscious either, I don't think. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I wouldn't say it's something you particularly enter into forcibly. It's like, I know specifically with all mine, they tend to be behaviours that I'm like, I realise I'm doing them after I'm doing them. It's on a basic functioning level, I think. But yeah, everything I've described so far has been stuff that you can do to yourself, with yourself. There's not been any need for anything else. But fidget toys have become a thing, and fidget toys are great because there's lots of different tactility stuff and just different ways to let out your stimulation. I'll put a card to a video. Which side? I don't know. To a video I did earlier in the year about a sensory box, which has loads of fidget toys in, which I love and do play with. But the thing is, I tend to only find myself using stuff like that in the comfort of my own room. A lot of my autistic stuff I basically just try to cover up in any way possible. But I just didn't want to be, you know, some adult walking around playing with toys. And a couple of years ago I saw these things called spinner rings, and I didn't use them for I looked at them but thought, oh no, I can't wear rings because I don't. If anyone's ever met me in person, you may have noticed, you probably wouldn't have noticed this, but my hands are really quite small. And I thought, oh, because my fingers are so small, it would look stupid having rings on. And that's what I just convinced myself. But anyway, I got over it, and earlier this year, I bought myself my first spinner ring. So the finger I put it on was this finger. I can't remember the name of the finger. It's not the marriage one, I know that. And yeah, really good to just spin round. You can do it with one thumb. And I found myself doing it a lot. These are becoming more and more common, and I actually, I know people that aren't autistic that have them to, like, you know, as an anxiety thing or as a thing to distract them from biting their nails. However, I definitely rely on it as a stim. It's really subtle, you can't notice it, but for me, that one ring wasn't enough. I was doing that one stroke and I was just like, oh, I just want it to go on further, so I thought I'll buy another ring. So I moved this ring onto this finger, it's quite hard to do all this finger stuff without swearing at you. Normally, so, in fact, I'll show you. So this is the next ring that I bought. And normally, whenever I'm showing off my rings to people, I forget that the fingers these two are on are those fingers. So I just end up, like, shoving that in their face. But anyway, but if you look at this ring, I paid a bit more for this one. So this one was only like 10 quid off Amazon. Got it on Prime next day delivery. But this one was, I think, about 35 maybe. But it's an ancient Greek-y pattern. And of course, I love Hercules. So it's nice to wear something that actually means something to me as well. Like, well, I kind of touched on this in the clothing thing, but I find it very hard to wear things that have something on because it has to have meaning. It's confusing, but this is something that means something to me, and everyone who I've showed it to that I know have just been like, yeah, I know where you've got that. So yeah, then I could find myself doing a big stroke, and it was so good. Problem is though, I wear my watch on my left hand. Look, so this wasn't even for sensory purposes, this next thing that I'm about to say. Balance, it just doesn't seem right. My left hand feels a lot heavier than my right hand. So just to equal it out a bit, I bought myself another ring last week, and this one's a bit harder to spin. It's a bit rougher. I quite like that. So like with two fingers, I can fidget with that. And I like, before I knew it, I thought I was just buying it for a fashion accessory. I could have just bought a normal ring, but I bought a spinner ring just in case this was to happen, and it did happen. But yeah, and this is providing me much relief in person. So, you know, stylish, practical, all round good, and not that expensive. You know, £10, £30, £10. I'm really interested because, of course, this is a way for me which I can disguise my stimming. It looks fashionable. I like that, and I'm looking for other things. So sometimes I will wear this National Autistic Society supporter band, which I would encourage anybody to purchase. But one thing I really like about this is this little thing here, pressy thing. I love pressing on that. So, you know, that's something as well. I'd love to create something myself. I've not got the ideas at the moment though, so maybe one day I'll be making a video like this where I'm like, I made stuff, buy it. But yeah, so there's something for me there. I know you can obviously get like chewy gem stuff if you want a chewable bracelet, because that's quite a good stim, and whenever you chew stuff, that's one of the really nice stims, but I don't like encouraging myself to do that as much in public, just because I will do it, and I don't like that. However, in my room, go for it. Maybe one day I'll find a necklace or something as well that I can do stuff with. So I don't know, I'm really happy with these, and I've had a lot of people ask me about them whenever I've worn them on live streams or whenever I do public stuff. People are like, why are you wearing those, what are they? So I thought I'd make a video about it. So spinner rings, buy them now. Now I know I've got friends of mine watching this video now that are going, Connor, you're missing out on something stupid. And that is because I'm not putting any affiliate links in the description. Laziness, purely. I can't be bothered. But just go and search spinner ring on Amazon. I could have put it there. I could have taken a percentage. But no, you go and do the hard work and find them. And let me know if anybody has them or if anybody is going to buy them. But I definitely recommend it. One thing I will say though, sometimes my sensory weirdness will happen, and I will want to take everything off. So when I'm in my bedroom, these are normally off, just so I can allow my fingers some breathing time. But if you're worried about the feeling of something on your finger, you get used to it. The other piece of advice, I found it really strange, like how to measure it, my finger. So I kind of just had to guess, but I guessed right. So that worked out all well. So yes, leave me a comment about all that stuff. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.